This is a guidance and support film for the GCSE History question, what developments in medicine were made by Galen? The idea is that you work through this sheet in order to reflect upon what you have done, in order to assess the quality of the work you've done so you can improve next time. Now for this particular question, we're going to require 3 PEA paragraphs, okay, following the model of PEA that you have been doing since the start of Year 7. So the first thing we want you to do is read the question and highlight the key words. Secondly, I want you to brainstorm and think about the relevant information and topics that need to be discussed. What are the developments that Galen was involved in, both good and bad? Remember, you need that balance between the two. Thirdly, the analytical statement. Go back to the question. What is it that you are going to have to write at the end of each paragraph in order to make your evidence relevant to the question? What is the analysis, the analytical statement that you are going to have to write? Identify what went well in light of the feedback and what could be improved upon, even better if, in order to improve. And now the example of the model answer. Following on from Hippocrates, Galen is considered to be the best doctor of the ancient world. He took Hippocrates' ideas and built upon them. So these are the developments that Hippocrates made. We're also talking about putting Galen in his correct context. So Galen comes after Hippocrates, he's in the ancient world, he took Hippocrates' ideas and he developed them. He made progress with them. Developing medicine further, though not without mistakes. So therefore we have his developments and his errors. The introduction is short, but it makes it very clear that this response will discuss both the developments initially and then his mistakes secondly. His biggest contribution to the development of medicine, so we're establishing a hierarchy, a most important, was in the field of anatomy. His books spend a lot of time discussing dissections that improved his understanding of how the body was arranged and as a consequence how it worked. So how his understanding of anatomy would have improved physiology. Evidence, he proved that the heart functioned in a different way to what was previously thought. And number 2, he placed the brain at the center of the body rather than the heart. So 2 pieces of evidence. Both of these examples show progress. So here's our analytical statement, our linking back our evidence to the question. Both of these examples show progress. So the development that Galen brought about was progress, as he questioned previous understanding and took medicine forward. Secondly, he developed medicine by building upon Hippocrates and building upon his theory of the 4 humors. He made the system more complex, factoring in the seasons as well as his own theory of opposites. Analysis. He developed, key word in the question, what developments did Galen make? He developed medicine by making natural and scientific explanations even more central to the teaching of medicine. In this last area, that of teaching, he was to have his greatest impact. His last contribution to medicine was the duration of his ideas. Both the good ideas, as already spoken about earlier on in the essay, and the mistakes he made, which you mentioned in the introduction, that you would do what he was good at and what he was bad at. The kidneys being at different levels, number 1, and the jawbone having 2 parts, number 2. So we now have the evidence of the mistakes he made. We're both taught in a church-dominated world for over 1,000 years. This did allow some continuity of his good ideas, which have already been mentioned, but all too easily remembered for it promoting his bad ideas and mistakes. This is both continuity of his ideas, progression, his work in anatomy, and regression, that his bad ideas were taken forward and not challenged. In conclusion, Galen had a huge impact upon the development of medicine over a very, very long time.